The year 1966 stands as a pivotal chapter in history, marked by a series of remarkable and transformative events. Join Facts vs. History as we present the most historic moments in 1966. Worldwide events. In '66, the world bore witness to a series of momentous events. The Soviet spacecraft Luna 9's successful soft landing on the moon's surface marked a big achievement in space exploration, transmitting the very first photographs from another celestial body. Concurrently, China was engulfed by the fervor of the Chinese Cultural Revolution initiated by Chairman Mao Zedong, leading to widespread upheaval, persecution, and political turmoil that continued for years. Among these global events, the March Against Fear in the U.S. took center stage, highlighting the ongoing struggle for racial equality. Civil rights activist James Meredith's shooting during the march drew attention to the dangers faced by activists and underscored the urgency of addressing racial injustice. U.S. events. 1966 was a significant year in U.S. history, which included the march we just spoke about, the March Against Fear in Mississippi. After James Meredith was shot, the march continued with the support of other civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., emphasizing the importance of nonviolent protest in the fight for equality. In the midst of the Vietnam War, 1966 saw a significant escalation of U.S. involvement in the conflict. The year marked a substantial increase in the number of American troops deployed to Vietnam. This happened as the U.S. military strategy shifted towards a more active combat role. The conflict intensified with the U.S. conducting extensive bombing campaigns and deploying over 385,000 troops by the end of the year. Music and dance. 1966 was a vibrant year in American pop culture, with several artists, songs, and dances leaving an indelible mark on the music and dance scenes. The British invasion continued to influence American music, and one of the standout acts of the year was, of course, the Beatles. They released their groundbreaking album Revolver, which included hits like Eleanor Rigby and Yellow Submarine. The Beatles' music continued to shape the sound of the era and left an enduring legacy. In the world of dance, the twist dance craze, popularized by Chubby Checker earlier in the decade, still had a significant influence. But 1966 saw the emergence of new dance trends. One of the most notable was the swim, a dance characterized by flowing, swimming-like movements that gained popularity in clubs and dance halls. Another one was the hullabaloo, which was often associated with the popular music variety TV show Hullabaloo. The show featured various top musical acts of the time, showcasing the latest dances and songs. These dances added to the dynamic and evolving cultural landscape of 1966 America. Pop culture. 66 was a pivotal year in American pop culture. One of the most iconic moments was the release of the groundbreaking science fiction TV series Star Trek. Created by Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek debuted in September of '66 and introduced viewers to a futuristic world of space exploration, diplomacy, and diverse characters. The show's vision of a united Earth and its exploration of complex moral and ethical dilemmas set against the backdrop of space adventures resonated with audiences, making it a cultural phenomenon that would go on to spawn multiple spin-offs, movies, and a devoted fan base. 66 also saw the birth of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, founded by Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale. They aimed to address issues of racial inequality and police brutality. The party's iconic imagery and activism left a lasting impact on the civil rights movement and American political discourse. In the world of music, the year brought the rise of psychedelic rock, with bands like Jefferson Airplane and the Grateful Dead gaining prominence. TV and movies. In '66, several TV shows and movies captured the imagination of American audiences, leaving a significant impact on popular culture. On the television front, Batman became a sensation with its campy and colorful portrayal of the Caped Crusader and his sidekick Robin. Starring Adam West as Batman and Burt Ward as Robin, the show embraced a lighthearted and comical approach to crime fighting in Gotham. Batman garnered a dedicated following and contributed to the enduring popularity of the superhero genre on both the small and big screens. In the realm of film, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, directed by Sergio Leone and starring Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef, and Eli Wallach, emerged as a cinematic masterpiece. This epic spaghetti western captivated audiences with sweeping vistas, iconic soundtrack by Ennio Morricone, and morally ambiguous characters. Another notable movie from '66 was Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, directed by Mike Nichols and based on Edward Albee's play, starring Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton as the dysfunctional dysfunctional couple Martha and George, the film delved into the complexities of their troubled marriage through intense and emotionally charged performances. Taylor's portrayal earned her an Academy Award for Best Actress, and the film got multiple Oscar nominations. Fashion. The fashion trends of 1966 were a vibrant reflection of the changing cultural landscape. One of the most iconic styles was the emergence of the mod look, inspired by fashion-forward youth culture of London's Carnaby Street and popularized by bands like the Beatles and the Stones. Mod fashion was characterized by its clean lines, bold geometric patterns, and a fascination with all things modern. Short A-line miniskirts, often paired with knee-high boots, became emblematic of this trend. Mod fashion also used synthetic fabrics like PVC and polyester, and it embraced bold colors, including electric blues, vivid reds, and bright yellows. Another significant fashion trend of '66 was the influence of the swinging Sixties. This style was heavily associated with the youth culture of London and was characterized by a playful and daring approach to fashion. Pop art-inspired designs, like the iconic mini dresses adorned with bold graphic prints and oversized accessories, came to the forefront. Fashion designers like Mary Quant and Andre Corriget played pivotal roles in popularizing the swinging 60s look, which celebrated freedom, individualism, and a break from traditional fashion norms. Popular toys. In 1966, several iconic toys captured the imaginations of children and became cherished playthings. One of the most popular toys of the year was the Easy Bake Oven by Kenner. This miniature working oven allowed kids to bake small, edible treats like cakes and cookies using a heat bulb. It not only provided hours of creative fun, but also introduced children to the basics of cooking. It remained a beloved toy for generations, and is remembered fondly for its role in sparking culinary interests in young chefs. Another standout was the Twister game, which took the concept of a traditional board game to a whole new level. It featured a colorful vinyl mat with different colored circles and a spinning dial that instructed players to place their hands or feet on specific circles. Twister's unconventional and physically interactive gameplay made it a sensation and a staple of social gatherings. Cost of staples. In 1966, the cost of basic staples in the U.S. was considerably lower than it is today. Milk, for example, was typically priced at around 35 to 40 cents per gallon, and a loaf of bread cost about 22 to 25 cents. Gasoline prices were notably lower, with an average cost of 32 cents per gallon. These affordable prices for essential goods were reflective of the economic conditions of the time, and the relatively lower cost of living compared to contemporary standards. Now it's time to hear from you. Which of these events or trends had the biggest impact on society? Let us know in the comments section below.